Friends and comrades, I would like to send solidarity greetings from Ireland in support of this very initiative undertaken by yourselves. Gentrification represents all that is bad for society. Hey everybody, our numbers are small, but we're here to take a stand. The purpose of us being here is to take a stand against the destruction of the downtown community by corporations, by the city that sold us out, and for a variety of different forces. If you look right over there, we see the Mayfair Hotel, which is low-income housing. It is now torn down and destroyed. If we look around here, this whole block is going to be torn down to build condos. And the people who live in the downtown core are going to be chased out of the downtown core. So what we aim to do is we aim to take a stand and go to Victoria Park and set up housing. If the city won't give us housing, we'll take it ourselves. Survival of the fittest, bullying, and marginalization of the weak and the most vulnerable. Wealthy individuals and organizations displace low-income families and small businesses. Forced out. Changing the social character of the district with absolutely no thought for the long-term residents. This is usually followed by a campaign of neglect and intimidation by those in power. Sound familiar? Just ask Indigenous people treated with contempt and underprotected, slowly being eradicated by the Harper government. So too are the minorities, elderly and transient groups who are victims of gentrification. Inner cities are allowed to decay with neglect, coupled with police brutality and murders. A spiraling drug problem allowed to get out of control. Overdoses and no attempts to deal with the social issues, making it easier to sell gentrification as dealing with undesirables and safety.
Housing for the people, no clothes for the rich.
We'll talk to Parks and Services, so yeah.
Grab that.
So, is there any reason you've decided to come inside here specifically?
Yeah, we just want to make sure everything's peaceful.
Yeah, everything is
Yes, it is so far.
We're not the ones with guns. We're not the ones with
No,
guns.
the ones that
We're
shot
the ones
both
that shot 3 people since April.
You actually brought that up? But yeah.
So, yeah.
You want? I will not forgive them. Why should
Okay, so like I said,
his
we
mom
need to sort out what we're going to do this week. The one thing is the police are not our friends. There will be police liaisons on this island. They will be the ones talking to the police. The police like to trick you. They have training to trick you. One of the things they do is they get you in a conversation, but really it's a fishing exercise. For example, a friend of mine who was a protester in Guelph, he started talking to the police, like, you know, about movies or whatever. Then they said, oh, I like your sweater. And he's like, yeah, I had this sweater for 6 months.
I want to see
They
it.
use that
Mad
to convince them. So it's a very common psychological tactic that police are trained in. Don't think you can outsmart the police. You have a right to remain silent for a reason, because they will use anything you say against you in court. They will twist what you say. There have been quite a few cases of police writing their notes after the fact. So the one thing that will not be tolerated on this island for the safety of everyone is people collaborating with the police.
Amen.
So anyways, guys, we appreciate you being peaceful here today, and ultimately, freedom of speech is encouraged here in Canada, right? And that's a good thing. So I think the root of what's being spoken about here is really really an honorable thing. And we do appreciate you guys being peaceful out here. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Mine are falling apart, Julia.
Okay, so can we get everyone to sit down and just to figure out what the rest of the rules are?
Yeah, that was good.
What we want to